Hello and good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Hoops Talk. I'm your host, Mike DuPont. Today is Tuesday, January 7th. Thanks for tuning in on whatever channel you might be following along. On Instagram at Mike Dup, on Facebook at Mike DuPont II, or on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe at Mike It's Kinda Funny. Thanks for doing that, by the way. All right, let's just dive right in. Looking to Vegas for last night's action. We had two games in Vegas that we were following last night. Close. Indiana and Charlotte had a total of 208 points. We did recommend to take the over. Denver and Atlanta had a total of 220 points. 220 and a half points. We recommended to take the over. Starting with the Indiana and Charlotte game, the Pacers won 115 to 104 behind 36 points from TJ Warren. The total on that was 219, so they did cover on the over. Congratulations to you if you were wise enough to follow along with yesterday's episode. If you've been watching regularly, thanks for that. And if you were able to win a few dollars, maybe drop a note in the comments and let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Atlanta, the Nuggets and Hawks game, had a 220 and a half point total. The Nuggets got a 123 to 115 victory over the Hawks yesterday. The total on that was 238 points behind behind a career high 47 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists from Nikola Jokic. Again, the 47 points were a career high. He scored all 47 of those points with 0 turnovers. Big goose egg in the turnover column. Pretty rare for a big man. Also, definitely worth noting. Those 5 assists, 0 turnovers, 47 points. I believe he was 4 for 8 from the 3-point line. But back to the point, the Nuggets did the game did cover. The total points did cover. If you were wise enough to get in and you followed yesterday's episode and you were able to get a bet in before the end of the day, we'd love to hear from you, whatever channel you might be following along on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Drop a line in the comments. Let us know which game you followed, which game you might have put a bet down on. Even if it wasn't one of these two games, we'd love to hear from you. Tonight's action, looking ahead for another juicy lock, the Sacramento Kings are going to take on the Phoenix Suns. The total on that is 226 and a half points. If you can find that, I believe that's with Bovada. If you can find that right now, I would recommend you take the under. Here's why. We'll go over a couple of reasons. In their last 5 games, the Kings are averaging 110 points per game in their last 5 contests. They're also in their last 5 contests, the Suns are averaging 115 points per game. Now, I wasn't a math major, but that is 225 points total over their last 5 games. And also another nugget for you, these two teams are meeting for the 4th time this season. They're both in the Pacific division rivals. They're already meeting for the 4th and final time this season. In their 3 previous matchups, they only went over that 226 and a half point total. They only went in 3 contests. They only went over 1 time. And that was a November 19th matchup. The Kings won 120 to 116. The other 2 matchups were both under. And again, Marvin Bagley is not expected to play tonight for the Sacramento Kings. Even more reason, like I said, for you to find that under and grab hold and hold it tightly if you can. A few other news and notes looking ahead for today. Joel Embiid, in last night's action, the Philadelphia 76ers got a win over the Oklahoma City Thunder, snapping their 5-game winning streak, and Joel Embiid dislocated his left ring finger in the first quarter. He did finish the contest. He had 18 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Kudos to him in, I believe, 33 minutes. So he was able to finish the game even despite dislocating the finger in the first quarter. The Sixers are off today and tomorrow. They don't play again until Thursday. His status for that contest Thursday, which should be a slobber knocker, if you will. The 76ers are going to take on the Boston Celtics. If you remember, they played on opening night. That was quite the contest. There was a lot of bumping and bruising in that matchup. They're going to meet again, another division matchup. They'll meet on Thursday for the first half of the TNT doubleheader. Joel Embiid's status for that game right now is uncertain, as he's listed as day-to-day for the Philadelphia 76ers. Also in the news and notes, I want to give a congratulations, not that he needs it from us, but a huge shout out to Dwight Howard. Today, Dwight Howard's contract with the Los Angeles Lakers, which was non-guaranteed when it was offered, was guaranteed for the remainder of the season. Again, Dwight Howard will remain with his contract, at least with the Los Angeles Lakers, has been fully guaranteed for the remainder of the 2019-2020 season. Dwight Howard has been averaging 8 points, 6.8 rebounds. He's been averaging 7.1 points per game, 6.8 rebounds, 1.7 blocks per contest, in about 19 minutes per game. He's also shooting 70+% from the field. So that's got to be great. Obviously, he's taking close shots around the rim, but you still got to make them. There's a lot of guys who wash out of this league rather quickly because they get those gimme buckets and they can't finish them. So huge shout out to Dwight Howard. Also in the news and notes, if you didn't know, he will be participating in the dunk contest. Would love to hear your thoughts on that. Another wishful idea, wishful thinking. Maybe we can get Vince Carter, Mr. 4 decades himself, in the dunk contest. Maybe we can put a tarp down to make sure he doesn't fall and hurt himself, anything like that. We can put some tennis balls on that walker. Maybe help him lead up to the goal. Give him a step ladder or something. Any other guys that you're looking forward to seeing in the dunk contest? Anybody on your wish list? I believe Ja Morant is also included in that dunk contest roster. If there's anybody else you would love to see, or if you have any thoughts on those two, and maybe a comment on why Vince Carter has no reason to be, or why he should be in the dunk contest in his 4th decade in the NBA. We would love to hear from you, whatever channel you might be following along. Drop a line on Facebook at Mike DuPont II, on Instagram at Mic'd Up, or on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe first, but we'd love to hear you. Drop a comment. We'd love to hear you. We'd love to read a comment from you as well there at Mike is Kinda Funny. Thanks for tuning in. Have a blessed day.